Hello, my name is Connie and I'm going to be talking about social marketing. So firstly, I'm going to be talking about the 4 different styles of communication. There's passive aggressive and assertive. Passive is often used by those who want to come across as indifferent about the topic of hand. Aggressive is openly expresses opinions without hesitation and is often loud and controlling. Passive aggressive brings both forms of the above communications that I just said together. This is used for a term of ineffective communication. Assertive communication is one of the most effective types of communication. When using this type of communication, people use it in polite manner to get their opinion across. In my opinion, when marketing, the style of communication I would use is assertive and aggressive, both of them, because aggressive, you want to come across as loud and you want to get your opinion across more controlling and for it to be effective. Being assertive, you want to come across as polite and get your opinion across in a more assertive manner. So those would be the 2 types of communications that I would use. For example, the marketing and management measures, for example, traffic a road could be a benefit when marketing. This is soft measures were implemented without complementary traffic restraint or road capacity reallocation. This should be attracted to policymakers and transport planners because they are politically less continuous than some restraint measures. When bringing in these management measures, they will take a few steps, which will be awareness of the problem, which is very important because you want to be aware of the problem before you fix it. Acceptance of the need for change. This is important because you've always got to have change to make better in some circumstances. The next one is changing attitude towards alternative travel mode. This is important because changing your attitude in anything is good, because you need to have a good attitude when marketing in any sort of business, so it shows you're a good leader. And then initiating action to reduce car use and assimilation of this new behaviour in everyday use. So initiating action, you've always got to have action 100%, because especially to reduce car use, you need to have that sort of action to get a good feel out of what you're doing. And when bringing in these measurements for behavioural change, you need to have these sort of tasks because it will change for the better. So the first behavioural change that I would put in place is developing and finding the target audience. The target audience is the most important thing when marketing to find out, because any business needs to find out who they influence and why this is. And it will be good because it will gain an advantage knowing who the target audience. It is always good knowing that, so that you know what to do from their point of view and asking what changes they would like to see. So it shows you're showing a on-board initiative all the time. The second behavioural change that I would use is outlining your approach. You've always got to have a good approach when approaching something, especially when you're in a spot of bother and when you're marketing and it's not going so well. You need to have that approach that shows that you're capable and that you find it really important, the task and the marketing as well. Marketing, you need to have that approach, especially with your social media and how you market it, especially in PR. You need to have that sort of first initiative, what comes to your mind. And when you marketing a business, it's extremely important when convincing a customer about a product. You always have to outline your approach so you know what action is needed to be taken, because customers, you get everyday customers all the time, and you get everyday like people reading the papers, and that you need to have a good marketing approach so that it shows that you're capable of being a good leader when marketing. So overall, from the behavioural changes that I've outlined, it will show that you have a good approach, and that you have a good initiative when it comes to finding out the target audience, because it will be very important in the long run to know them sort of things and to take a swift approach all the time. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation, and I will see you soon.